we're going to be doing something that I have never done before. The idea is during Unit 3 is where I would normally be doing our research project. The problem with that is the wealth of information, and not only that, but the scope of information, the landscape is no longer the same. You could type in JFK assassination and certainly read all kinds of different articles, but you could also immediately find something else that someone has put together on YouTube or whatever about the research that they've collected, right? Like any research project that's out there that any teacher has ever told you to do has been done before. It already exists. I'm calling it Genius Hour. And I came up with this idea from an idea that I stole from Google. Is Google a search company?
Well, they have like all sorts of things. They have search engine, which is what they're known for. They have maps, they have app stores, they have everything.
Yeah, so let's talk about some of the other, so certainly they started as a search company, right? But what are other things that Google does? Google has created, by far, the largest market share of any operating system. Google is experimenting in driverless cars. Raise your hand if you own an email account. Okay, now listen closely. Keep your hand up. Put your hand down if it's not Gmail.
Yahoo!
That's pretty crazy, right? Hands down. Why is it that 98% of us choose Gmail for our email account? Yeah, it's the better product. Why is Google so good at all of the things they do? The answer...
Aliens.
Aliens. No, the answer is a policy that Google has. Because every single one of those things that we just talked about, driverless cars, Gmail, Google Drive, Google Maps, all of those things were created by a policy Google has called 20% time. Do you know any other company that would tell their employees one entire day a week, don't do your job?
That is awesome.
Don't do your job. Instead, we want you to work on something you find cool. Something that you find that you're passionate about. Why are we applying this to education? Why are we continually telling students what you have to learn about? Why are we not instead giving you time, resources, and support to learn about something that you're passionate about instead of telling you what to learn about? So I created this just to give you an idea of some of the categories of things that you could do with this project. You could do something in the arts, something having to do with acting or singing or drama or painting. You could investigate some passion that you have, some type of do-it-yourself. Something like, oh, I want to build an app. You could do anything in the areas of health or social education or human interest that you could go out and help people with different things. You could learn how to design something or make something or build something. I have 2 requirements for your project. That's it, just 2. The first one is that it needs to benefit others beyond yourself. You are going to learn how to do something or make something cool, but it has to benefit others in some way. The second requirement is it has to in some way be a little unique. So the question now is, why now? This is a statistic from the US Department of Labor. By the time you graduate college, 60% of you will have a job that does not exist today. That is the whole point of this project, that you're going to learn to be creative and persevere and tackle problems that might not have been tackled yet. Because that's what's going to be important for you guys in the future. Your project needs to impact others beyond yourself, and you need to be unique in some way. You're going to have 3 sessions or so, maybe even more, to really brainstorm and come up with what eventually you're going to do. Right? Well, starting around session 4 or 5, you're going to have a summative project proposal that's going to be due, where you're going to have to sort of summarize what you're planning on do, what resources you'll need, things along that nature. The other thing that you're going to be doing is using the engineering design process to create at least 4 blogs. At the end, looking far into the future, we're obviously going to present these in some fashion. Right now, all we're doing is brainstorming. Something like singing. Where someone said, I want to create an app that uses the light on the camera to see if I have a concussion or not. What do you got, Gavin?
Like on guns, there could be like a touch ID so that only you could use it. Super battery.
Oh, just create an app. It's kind of like a key card app. So basically, you put it on your phone, and then like you walk into your classroom, you just swipe it, so you automatically marks you as you're here.
Ooh, I would use that.
It would be cool if you were able to have an itchable cast.
So your homework assignment for this weekend is to look for an opportunity where you can make an impact. Have a good day. See you later.